What's up, my friend? Welcome back to another video. So today let's talk about a really important topic when it comes to memberships and communities, and that is pricing, of course, right? So how much do you want to charge for your membership? And also, like, what kind of options do you want to give them? So we'll tackle those two questions here. The first one, we'll tackle exactly how much you should be charging for your membership. And I would say, first of all, it really depends on the niche that you're in. So if it's a more hobbyist niche, in my case, I'm pitching to composers and musicians who just want to make better music. They're not necessarily professionals. They just want to write and create music that they're proud of and share with their friends. So that market is going to be a little bit less rich in terms of how much they're going to be willing to spend compared to, let's say, a business niche or a real estate market niche, right? If they want to make money from taking your material, then naturally you can charge a little bit more because they're going to be earning back that investment. So I think for a hobbyist niche, anywhere between $5 to $30 a month is pretty typical. $5 to $30. Because if you think paying, let's say, 29 bucks a month for a hobbyist membership where they can get access to you, where they get, monthly coaching and content and get access to that community, it's pretty normal. Like even Netflix or, subscriptions like Amazon, right? They kind of hover in that range on the higher end, where it's not so expensive that you kind of really have to think super hard about it, but it's also a price that you kind of respect and you want to put in the effort to take advantage of your purchase, so you don't have buyer's remorse, right? Whereas I think for, let's say, the business niche, where it's a little bit more pricey and you can earn money from taking that material and putting it into practice, anywhere from 50 to 100 bucks a month is pretty common as well. Some go up to, let's say, 500-600 bucks a month. I've seen that. I think that's a little rich for most people who want to get into business, but anywhere from 50 to 100 bucks, maybe 150, 200 bucks a month. If you want to charge that, that's certainly possible. But the higher you charge, the more access you're usually going to be giving to your members. So maybe that's a few calls a month. Maybe you're jumping on live coaching calls with them to answer specific questions, or they have access to a Slack channel where they can ping you every single day, whatever, right? But in my case, I started at 15 bucks a month because, again, I'm in a hobbyist niche and I really wanted to make it a no-brainer because I knew my final price, I wanted to be around 27, 37 bucks a month. So I started about half of that. I did 15 bucks a month. That was my founder's rate, and people joined in that first enrollment period, right? And then after that, I rose to $19 a month, which still got quite a few people in. Then I moved up to 27 a month, and now at the time of this recording, I just finished another launch, and now I'm at $37 a month. And that's probably where I'm going to stick to. I'm probably not going to go higher than this unless something changes in the future and I want to charge more for my time. But I think I'm pretty happy with 37 bucks a month. That's kind of where I wanted it originally anyway. And for me, that's a nice suitable threshold, basically. But yeah, again, if you want to go a little bit more pricey, if people can make money from your material, then you can obviously afford to charge a little bit more. There really is no right or wrong, but the best way to find out is just to test it. So, pitch your membership to your list, try out different price points, see how they're converting. If they're converting below 0.5%, then maybe you're charging a little bit too high, or the offer is not quite sweet enough. Or if they're converting at higher than 1%, like 5-7%, then maybe your offer is a little bit too cheap. Maybe you can charge a little bit more and find that sweet spot there. And then in terms of the actual options you want to give them, a lot of people simply give one option, and that is the monthly option, right? Because subscription products usually charge month to month, but you're missing out if you don't have an annual option as well. And so a really easy way you can do this is simply take your monthly rate and multiply that by 10. So they get 12 months for the price of 10. So in my backend here, you can see I have, a 37 monthly price, but for the annual plan, it's 370 bucks for the annual plan. So it's just times 10. It keeps it super simple, and it really gets them to think, right? Like, ooh, which one is actually better for me? If I join the monthly, yes, I'm paying less in it upfront and I can cancel anytime. But if I join the annual plan, if I'm really taking it seriously, then, I am paying a bit more upfront, but I don't have to worry about monthly payments. I can also get 2 months free. And you can also incentivize your customers for the annual plan by giving them a bonus that they don't get for the monthly plan, for example. That's what I do. And on this most recent launch, I got about half my people signing up for the annual plan, whereas the rest of them, sorry, I should say I got, let me see. I think I got 7 people signing up for my monthly plan, the annual plan, and I got 14 signing up for the the monthly plan. So yeah, 7 for annual, 14 for monthly. So double the amount of people sign up for the monthly plan. But I bet if I didn't have that scarcity element for the annual plan, less people would have gone for that as well. So it's good for you, obviously, because you have more money up front, right? But at the same time, you also get a more committed member, someone who has paid up front for the whole year. Most likely they're going to get involved. They're going to try to get the most out of their investment. Whereas a monthly member, yes, they're paying a bit less and they can cancel any time, but that also means that they are probably not going to be as committed as of a member, or maybe it just means they can't afford the whole year up front. That's totally possible too. But as long as you're giving them that option that they can choose between, that's the most important part. You don't want to just force them into one of these two options. You want to give them both options. And for me, that's really useful. And people go for one or the other, right? So always give them that flexibility if you can. So again, anywhere between, let's say, 5 to 30, 40 bucks a month, I would say, for hobbyist niches, and then 50 to 100 bucks maybe for on the higher end if they're being charged every single month. That's usually the sweet spot of pricing for hobbyist and professional niches. And again, if you want to give them the maximum flexibility of choice, give them that monthly plan and give them the annual plan to choose from. I think anything more than that starts to get a little bit convoluted. Giving them 3 or 4 pricing tiers is just a little bit overwhelming. So sticking with 2, I've been doing for the longest time, and it works really well for my students. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. It gives you some structure of how you want to price your memberships and when. I really appreciate you watching. Again, if you want to try your membership and start building it on Kajabi and your community, then I would love to give you my extended 30-day free trial compared to their 14-day trial on their website. And yeah, the 30-day free trial you can get by using my link below, christophercu.com/Kajabi. It is an affiliate link, so it just means that after your free trial, if you become a paying member, then part of your payment supports me and the channel. There's no obligation, but it costs you nothing extra. It just supports me and the channel if you want to support me. I also want to give you 2 bonus mini courses as a thank you for using my link, though. The first one is called Kajabi in 30 Days, and it walks you through exactly how to use Kajabi really quickly from start to finish and build your business. And the second one is called Content Marketing for Creatives, which walks through the exact business model I'm using to build my business and basically put out content into the world for free, but then monetize it on the back end as well. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.